Folks, welcome back. Another episode of TK2 here on the Uniquely Unqualified channel here on YouTube. I've just started my career doing these podcasts, opinion things on this channel, but let's go ahead and ruin it with this one. I'm gonna stick the nose straight to the ground and hit the afterburners and just fucking destroy myself with this one. This could have the potential to piss people off. I thought about doing it. I thought about not doing it, but we'll see what y'all think. But before we get into that, click that like and subscribe button, and that way, anytime I post up a new episode, it'll pop up in front of you when you're on your YouTube. So I want to talk about Donald Trump's ascension to the presidency of the United States and how it matches up with the classic Hans Christian Andersen story made into a Disney Channel cartoon in 1989 called The Little Mermaid. So, in The Little Mermaid, Ariel sees Prince Eric, whatever his name is, sees this dude, right? Falls in love. Oh my God, this human. Oh my God. I'm so in love. And meets up with the big fat octopus, powerful octopus, big fat powerful octopus, Ursula. And equate Ursula to the devil. Or don't. There's another group of people that control shit out there. So Ariel goes to Ursula and says, I want to walk. I want to go on land. I don't want to be down here anymore. I want to be up there. And Ariel was, very pretty, had a beautiful voice, liked to sing. So Ursula says, I'll give you your legs, but I'm taking your voice. And Ariel says, okay. So she gets her legs, and then she goes up top. And she tries to win over this handsome prince, gets his attention and everything. She's got her wish. And then it all starts to come apart when, after whatever time, she didn't get her kiss, and so she's going to turn back into a fish. So I would like to... Okay, I'm referring to Ursula as the Jews. That's what I'm doing. I'm referring to Ariel as Donald Trump and Ursula as Benjamin Netanyahu, AIPAC, Mary Adelson. So here's where we can make this. This is like to a T. The story of the Trump's ascension to the presidency is the story of The Little Mermaid. The guy's been talking about being president, or if I was president, since the fucking 80s. And he goes to, Ariel sees the guy, falls in love. Trump sees the presidency and falls in love. Ariel goes to Ursula, the big fat Jew. Trump goes to Adelson. AIPAC gives him money. The big fat Jew says to him, I'll give you your legs. I'll give you the presidency, but you're giving me what I want. And what do you want? Iran. And after, the magical kiss that Trump needs to find would be a win to the satisfaction of Israel, or time's up and he's turning back into a fish. So that's my little, it's not as exciting as I wanted it to be. I was a little tipsy last Friday night, and I was listening to somebody talk about AIPAC and the Israel lobby, and that kind of stuff, and it just bing, dawned on me. I was like, son of a bitch. This is Trump's Little Mermaid moment. And so you know, I did a little bit of looking up Hans Christian Andersen, like was he pro-Jew, anti-Jew? Because, and then I found out that he was not Jewish, though his mother did put him in a Jewish school because of their progressive teaching methods. He also had a dear friend up to his deathbed, Hans Christian Andersen. Hans Christian Andersen lived in the 1800s. He had a dear friend who was just a Jewish man, Jewish family rather, that died, or that was next to him when he died. He also has a lot of Jewish themes in his stories, lots. And I think I think my overall point that I was kind of wanting to like drive home here in making this drawing this correlation here was just simply these kinds of patterns in humanity have been forever, and it doesn't take much to see them. It doesn't take much to notice the patterns if you're looking, if you're aware. And so when you've got a storybook that came out in I think it was 1837 was when Hans Christian Andersen wrote, released, whatever, The Little Mermaid. And whatever mechanism in my goofy head that made me think at 2 a.m. in my kitchen, Donald Trump is Ariel from The Little Mermaid. That's just human psychology. You want something that fucking bad, but you gotta swim with the fishes, baby. And so when Miriam Adelson and AIPAC is coming to Trump saying, we're giving you, together it was like $300 million, right? I think Miriam Adelson gave him 200 and AIPAC gave him 100 for his campaign. Never mind Elon Musk's $250 million donation to the Trump campaign. But that's essentially Trump going to Ursula. I want this position, and I have such a fucking ego that I can get that kiss and stay a human and get my voice back. But the issue is, go back and watch the cartoon. Ariel was being thwarted on the time. Ursula was never gonna give her voice back or keep the legs. And look at what's going on with Iran and Donald Trump. So that's my goofy little take on that. I guess that's not going to get me in too much trouble. Just have to be more comfortable with saying Jews or blaming the Jews. This has been another episode of Take Two on the Uniquely Unqualified channel on YouTube. Please don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button. Never miss one of my episodes. And we'll come to you again in the next few days. Maybe we got some good news. I hear California's on fire again. We'll see where that goes. Again, everybody have a great night. We'll see you next time.